It is 6 in the evening. You walk through the front door after an exhausting 9-hour workday carrying a heavy briefcase and a brain full of stress. The very second your keys jingle, your dog comes sprinting around the corner like a manic blur of fur, tail swinging so hard their entire hindquarters are shaking. You drop your bags, bend down, and let them lick your face, feeling that immediate wash of relief. But then as you reach for the treat jar on the counter, a quiet, uncomfortable thought creeps into your head. Are they actually happy to see me, or are they just waiting for me to open that jar? Is this unconditional love, or is it just a masterclass in biological bribery? If we are being completely honest, most dog owners secretly worry that they are just a gloriously glorified walking food dispenser. After all, classical conditioning has taught us since high school biology that dogs are hardwired to associate humans with survival. Ivan Pavlov proved over a century ago that a dog can be trained to drool at the sound of a simple bell if food follows it often enough. So, when your dog stares deeply into your eyes while you eat dinner, or sits loyally at your feet in the kitchen, behavioral science used to tell us that they are not gazing at your soul, they are just calculating the probability of a fallen piece of cheese. To figure out if our dogs genuinely care about us when food is taken completely out of the equation, neuroscientists at Emory University did something incredible. They spent months training dozens of dogs to lie completely still inside an active fMRI brain scanner. They wanted to peek directly inside the canine mind and observe the caudate nucleus, the specific region of the brain that lights up when experiencing joy, pleasure, and anticipation. During the experiment, the researchers exposed the dogs to 5 distinct scents while recording their neural activity. They tested the scent of a familiar human, an unfamiliar human, a familiar dog, an unfamiliar dog, and the aroma of high-value food, like fresh hot dogs. If dogs only viewed us as food vendors, the reward center of their brain should have exploded with activity at the smell of the hot dog and shown only a mild secondary response to the owner. Instead, the neural scans revealed something that stunned the scientific community. When the dogs smelled the familiar scent of their owner, the reward center of their brain lit up like a Christmas tree, triggering a massive surge of dopamine. For the vast majority of the dogs tested, the neural response to their human's unique scent was actually equal to, or in many cases stronger than, the neural response to high-value food. Their brains were literally hardwired to prioritize the presence of their human over a meal. Imagine that busy office worker coming home on a rainy Tuesday. They sit down on the couch completely drained without a single treat in their hands. The dog leaps up, presses their warm chest against their owner's legs, and rests their chin on their knee. If you took a blood sample from both the human and the dog in that exact moment, you would find something extraordinary happening at a cellular level. Neurochemical studies show that when a human and a dog make gentle, loving eye contact, both of their brains experience an immediate spike in oxytocin, the exact same bonding hormone that floods the brains of a mother and her newborn baby. This is a mutually beneficial biological feedback loop. It is a psychological trait that exists nowhere else in the animal kingdom. Wolves do not look humans in the eye for comfort, even if you raise them from puppies. But your dog does, because over 15,000 years of co-evolution, their entire brain chemistry was rewritten to seek emotional connection with you, independent of their stomach. Here is where most owners make a critical mistake that actually damages this profound connection. Because we assume our dogs only care about food, we start using treats as a band-aid for emotional needs. When a dog gets anxious, stressed, or confused, many owners instantly shove a treat in their face to make them feel better. But in canine psychology, using food to fix an emotional problem is like trying to pay off a friend who is asking you for a hug. It creates confusion. When you constantly substitute genuine interaction with edible rewards, you actually flatten the depth of your bond, teaching the dog to operate in a transactional state rather than an emotional one. Look at what happens when a dog is exposed to a sudden, terrifying noise like thunder or a firework. A cat will run and hide under the bed, a horse will attempt to break through a fence to escape, but a dog will actively run toward their human. In psychology, this is known as the secure base effect. It is a phenomenon otherwise seen only in human child-parent relationships. To your dog, you are not just the creature that buys the kibble, You are their ultimate psychological shelter from the world. So how do you actually nurture this deep, non-food-based attachment on a daily basis? You do it through intentional, low-arousal connection. The next time you walk through the door after a long day, skip the treat bag entirely. Instead, sit on the floor at your dog's eye level. Do not speak in a high-pitched, excited voice that jacks up their adrenaline. Just place your hand gently on the side of their neck, take a deep breath, and hold calm, soft contact for 30 seconds. By offering your calm presence without any food involved, you trigger that natural oxytocin surge. You are sending a clear neurochemical message that your relationship is built on safety, comfort, and deep emotional trust. The ultimate truth is that your dog does not just love you for the food you put in their bowl. The food is simply the pretext that brought you together. The emotional attachment is what made them stay. Long after the bowl is empty and the treat jar is closed, your scent, your voice, and your presence remain the single most rewarding stimulus in your dog's entire universe. The science is clear, your dog loves you far more than the food you feed them. But this brings up an even stranger question about their hidden psychological world. Have you ever wondered why your dog insists on following you into the bathroom, or why they get deeply uncomfortable the moment you close a door between you? It turns out that this clingy behavior is not just affection but a fascinating evolutionary instinct designed to protect you from invisible threats. Click the video on your screen right now to discover the hidden psychological reason why your dog never lets you go anywhere alone.